I am a warden.
Go! Get in there!
I had a job to do.
Hey, what's up everybody? We are here talking about the For Honor game developed by Ubisoft, published on pretty much everything. As always, I'm Drew Bosley, Nathan Quinn. What do you think of For Honor?
So, this game, man, I'm so far in love with it, but so far, just...
Disconnected, shall we call it?
Disconnected, that's the right word. That's the perfect word. Okay, so just to do an overall, I love this game. The characters that they've created within it, the world that they've created, the gameplay itself is so innovative.
Yeah.
It's so addictingly fun. As a core, I love the game, but all the disconnecting and the connection errors and oh my goodness, it's just unbelievable. You feel like you've really been shortchanged in that aspect. Like I played all last night. I don't know if there's not one match, where I had two teams of four playing where not one person got disconnected. I think there's every match, it somehow gets unbalanced. Or even I've noticed too, I'll be in the pre-lobby, it'll say everyone's joined, and then I'll get into the lobby, and then two people get booted.
Welcome to the Ubisoft servers.
This
This has happened since Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. From day one, the minute they started multiplayer shit, we've had nothing but these freaking problems.
I wish I would know more about it, but from what I understand, what they did with For Honor is they have peer-to-peer servers instead of dedicated servers.
Yeah.
And apparently it was supposed to be this new, innovative, easy thing or great thing, but it's just a big pile of shit is what it is. It's a big fucking lie, and they cheaped out. And I feel like it's biting them in the ass, because even from the day one or week one, the amount of people I've seen online playing versus now, it's dropped like a third. It's like, 40 to 60,000 is what I've been seeing, as opposed to the 120,000.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm done. That's it, I'm out, I'm finished.
And that's the problem. Like for me, me personally, I don't mind the sucker for punishment a bit. Like I played Ark, and that was very...
You sucker. It was written on your forehead a few times.
I don't mind playing games that aren't like 100%, but this is just...
So the part that I like is the story. The campaign is actually decent. It is a solid campaign. You play as three factions: the Knights, the Vikings, the Samurai, and it's told through a narrator, which then, as you start the mission, you get your character, which is each of the classes within that Viking or that Knight story, and they tell it through their perspective. And then the story unfolds that way. I freaking love the story.
I did too, man. Like it's not it's not a Horizon Zero Dawn campaign by any stretch, but it's there and it's fun, and it's, like you said, it introduces you to each of the characters, or at least most of them.
Yeah, the
which
majority
really
of them,
helps.
right? Yeah,
that really helps, especially with the online. Well,
it helps you learn what character for the online competitive mode best suits my playstyle. Mm-hmm. Right? So it gives you a small taste. You probably get about a level or two levels of one particular character, then it'll switch to the next one, and how the story unfolds with that character, and then throughout the narrator. Loved the story. I thought the story was by far the best part, and the game mechanic itself is so innovative compared to everything else that we're just used to, how we play, right? We're not... The whole point of it is you have to guard yourself and react to how the other opponent is facing. Whether that's an overhead strike or a strike from the left side or the right side, you have to be able to counter that. That is awesome.
It's so cool, man. That's what brings me back to the game, is that the gameplay. It's just so fun. And when you're in those 1v1s and you're just, you're both just sitting there kind of like, oh God, what's this guy gonna do next?
Yeah.
Or, it's just like, or the 2v1s, and then you get your revenge mode, and then you smoke both of them, and it's like, yeah. Like, it's just some of the most rewarding in-game moments that you could possibly get. But then, the 20 minutes, half an hour sometimes, you play a match, you get disconnected almost at the end. Yep. You play a match and then you get disconnected at the very beginning, and then you're sitting there and you're waiting. Or, I was trying to play it 2 days in a row. I've tried to play with my friend, it didn't work. forget it. Just
You-
doesn't connect.
You and I hooked up. I played for an hour and I was disconnected 4 times. By the end of that, I said, fuck this, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done with Ubisoft servers. They got a solid campaign, but when it comes to the multiplayer, as though the problem with the multiplayer for me is not even the servers. The servers are a huge issue because you could take this into such a more competitive sport like the esports. I'd like to see if they would take it that way. It would be interesting, but their servers suck. They suck so bad that you can't rely on them to stay connected. But what I found, so they came out with the beta, you played the beta. By the time I was done the beta, I was bored. I got bored. So I thought, okay, maybe when the game releases, maybe something else will be new and exciting. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I think in the open beta they actually had the skirmish mode in there, like the deathmatch mode.
Yeah.
Which, excuse me, that's, you know,
It's just,
that's all that's literally they have elimination, 4v4, you know, basically 1 life per round.
like a deathmatch.
Like a standard thing.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
they got your 2v2, same idea, just 1 life per round, 1v1. But then they got this cool mode, Dominion mode, which is really, it's nothing super original.
like domination, right?
It's like domination.
Hold checkpoints down. And,
Control whatever game you're playing. It's
Sure.
like that kind of thing. But
Yep.
they have their little twists with each character having their abilities, which are some. Oh, they annoy me, but it's balanced. It's, you know, at first it might seem very unbalanced, but I'd say it is pretty balanced.
then there's the
between
pay-to-win structure that they've implemented within it too.
That's
it's so
probably one of my
broken.
biggest negative things too, is the fact that some schmo with a ton of money can just buy all the shit that they want just to have this badass character, as
Yeah.
opposed to people like me who like to actually grind it and earn it and don't have hundreds of dollars to spend. Man, I looked to unlock all the feats for all the characters. It's like $30.
Which isn't really that
Oh,
much.
but like that's stupid.
Spend the time, earn
Earn
it,
it.
get to that level. It helps better with matchmaking too, though. Because if you just jump in and buy everything, then you're done. And you're playing against me too.
Yeah, it's.
I haven't achieved that yet because A, I haven't grinded that far to get there, or B, I didn't buy it. So I'm not happy.
The
I'm not happy at
microtransactions,
all.
I cannot believe like that they took that route. It would have been one thing if they wanted you to spend some money on a cool costume, but
Yeah.
it's not like that. Yeah, you can spend money on that, but that's not the only route they took. They're like, okay, you can unlock everything with real money.
That's not right. That
It's
is
not right.
at
It's
all.
it's totally unfair. I don't want to sound like I'm super negative with this game, because like I said, like I've had 3 or 4 12-hour plus gaming sessions of playing this game,
Yeah.
even with all the connection errors, right? But
Yeah.
I just, you know, the more I think about it, the more I kind of get frustrated.
Yeah.
Just with this, the way they're basically screwing us. You know, they're trying to gouge us of our money. Like,
I'm done for multiplayer. I'm gonna continue on with the
which is
story.
too bad. You're good, man. You
Well,
you doubt yourself, but you're actually pretty good, man.
I was able to hold my own on a couple matches, and that's the thing. When you get in there and it works, then it's actually fun. Even though that's what I say. I got bored. I don't have time to get bored. I don't want to waste my time. So if I'm bored, I'm gonna bounce. There are supposed to be new maps and stuff coming for free, but they gotta do a lot more, man, for this one. It's not sitting that
I'd like to
low with
see a
me.
couple new game modes, something original. I don't know what. Personally, I haven't really thought too much about it, what they could do, but
Yeah.
they had to create something, man, because I feel like this could be another Titanfall, which is sad because it's such a cool game and just so innovative, man. Like that play style, like it's just so fun.
It is cool. I like that balance of, because there are a few times when I just got rocked, absolutely rocked, and then they ended off with the execution. Those things are so good.
Yeah,
It's so good.
So satisfying.
The intro for the multiplayer completely reminds me of the Assassin's Creed. You would do the same meetup when the team base. It was 4 over here, 4 over there, and then they just jump at each other. Instantly, when I saw that, I'm like, man, that is so Assassin's Creed. Brand new IP. I want to see everything new. I don't want to see rehashed animations from before.
No, it's true. And even even the way they kind of designed unlocking stuff and whatnot, it's very much reminds me of Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Even like the cost of each character is the exact same as it was in Rainbow Six Siege, just a different form of currency.
I don't know if they just ran out of time or just thought, you know what, we got this system already in place. Why don't we just borrow? Because you got to think Ubisoft has a bunch of studios, then they all collaborate together and then they develop their game. So if this team over here has the mechanic for the multiplayer from Rainbow Six, and they're going to work with the same team that's doing the multiplayer on the new For Honor game, why don't we just implement this? That way that part's already done. Does that work? Overall, sure. Does it work for the fans, the gamers? Sometimes, maybe not. So there are two sides of it, right? A, it helps out production, speeds that process up, but for us, we like to see everything. If it's a new IP, I want to see almost everything brand new. You're always going to get something that's familiar or something similar from previous titles, especially within a company the size of Ubisoft, who already has so many titles under their belt. So to see that come in isn't actually that bad for me. I don't mind that part. I do love the fact that you can actually customize everything on your characters.
Yeah, that, and like I wanted to actually touch up on that. The customization, it isn't the best that I've seen, but it's there and it is cool because you can change the symbols on your characters, the color scheme. Again, like, you know, I was looking to be Prestige 30, which I believe is the max prestige. You unlock an armor shader and an emblem. So you're telling me after I've grinded all that time, that's all I end up getting? Is
You want
just
a bigger reward, right?
Yeah, and honestly, like it is cool. The level 30 is like a golden and black.
Sure.
But if you look in the other levels, I already unlocked a gold and black one. It just looks slightly different. You get lines that are horizontal instead of vertical.
Big deal.
Big freaking deals, right? But like, I don't want to harp on it because it is cool. Like, man, it is satisfying when I got my heroic gear, the purple gear.
Yeah.
Like, my guy looks fucking cool. He looks like a badass. He looks like he's prestige, and he looks like he's gonna kick some ass.
Nice.
So it is cool. It's just, I don't know. I wish they could have maybe done something more for the people that do want to, you know, max prestige their character.
I wonder how far along this game is going to survive. Are we looking 3 months, 6 months, a year? Is this game still alive or is it dead? So last week, believe it or not, I booted up Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and there's still people playing that one. It still works. So that's still got a thriving community. Believe it or not, after all this time, you're still able, it took me a couple minutes, but I got into a match, no problem.
Wow.
But is it going to be like the case of Titanfall where it came out and then immediately just fell right off? You said so yourself, you're starting to see players drop. I'm dropped. I'm out.
I just, you know, if they had solid servers, I guarantee you would see 3 times the amount of people playing.
Yeah.
No one would be complaining because everyone that I play with, everyone that I talk to, every even review that I've watched, everyone says the same thing. Connection issues, connection issues. Like,
It's always been that way with Ubisoft. I don't know what they need to do over there, but they need to figure out the server issues and fix that shit because it's the biggest thing hurting not only Ubisoft, but it's hurting us, the fans and the gamers who want to play these games, just can't. So in previous Ubisoft games, say when you played Assassin's Creed Unity, you walk through Paris and everything, and it was just plain English, plain as day English. There was no accents within the characters. Nothing felt like it was ornate and belonged in that world, per se. But where you get in For Honor, when you are a Viking and you are battling the Vikings, they are using their own, what did you call it?
So the barbarians, they speak Old Icelandic language, which is pretty cool. It's like an ancient language.
Yeah.
And then the knights, they speak Old Latin or Latin,
Yeah.
which again is freaking cool. And then of course the samurai speak Japanese.
So it fits, right? You don't feel disconnected as much.
Oh man, and like the
Awesome.
Japanese, Hojo! It's so cool. Oh, it's awesome.
It's very good. All right, well, why don't we wrap this up? What are you going to score For Honor?
So I've been really struggling with giving a number on this game just because I'm so in between. But I'm going to give it a 7. I would say it would get a big 8.5 to 9 if their servers weren't complete garbage.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like most people won't even, you know, like probably wouldn't even give it a 7 just because it pisses them off so much on their shitty service.
Their servers are the biggest drawback when it comes to a Ubisoft title. This game is no different, and because of their servers, I'm in at 6.5.
Yeah,
What do you do, right? All right, that's going to wrap up this week. You can always follow us over on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play, where we do a weekly podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and you can follow me over on Twitter at 4nextlevelgamers.
or me at DoomGuyParker50.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.